portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. Culture Minister, the Honorable Dr. Daniel Johnson, is hailing the inaugural Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival a huge success for the country. He says he was impressed by the turnout of Bahamians and tourists who supported the event by the thousands. Noting that there is room for improvement, Johnson says overall it was successful and the economic spin-offs were great.
The best response we got from that was from the taxi drivers in Grand Bahama and in Nassau. In particular, Mr. Max Allen, who said, man, this is one of the best weekends he's had in a long time, moving people back and forth. The tourists from various parts of the world were very impressed, and I think overall a really good job.
Minister Johnson says Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival served its purpose in giving Bahamian artists the opportunity to showcase their talents, and he expects the event to continue to grow in the coming years.
Just like we did with IAAF, every time we do it, we want to get a little better. That's the purpose of sports, that's the purpose of art, is to improve on what you're doing, enhance the art form, make sure we get better and better, and every time I guarantee you we'll get better. It really is for everyone. It's an all-inclusive type thing. Anyone who loves art, who loves music, who loves food, who loves dance is welcome to that. And it's time to celebrate us as a people, our history, our culture, and love ourselves.
If the boss himself, Machel Montano, had his way, he would buy an island in the Bahamas. Montano, who he says he's no stranger to the Bahamas, said he tends to island hop when he travels, but he was surprised that the Bahamas has so much to offer.
One of my favorite things coming the last time was just, taking a powerboat and going out to the Keys. The last time I had an experience like that was St. Vincent, doing the Tobago Keys, and I would jump off the boat and swim in different types of water and have different islands. But on that one day, I met pigs, I met iguanas, I met sharks, and really and truly, it says how much of a special place it is. And I've been coming here for so many years before, and I didn't know that all of that existed. So that was a really, really good moment for me, and it really want me to come back here and really experience here in a different way. I'm already thinking about property, if not trying my best to buy an island if I could. I wish, that would be my dream, but I really want to focus on that.
So if he bought an island, would he bring his friends, the pigs? We'll see how that works out, though. But also with him, Grammy Award winner Angela Hunt visited Eleuthera with Montano ahead of Junkanoo Carnival. She confessed, though, that she conquered a major fear while she was on that island.
It was beautiful. They say Eleuthera means freedom.
Yes, the island of freedom.
And for 15 years, I've never gone in the water. And that was the first time I've gone in the water. So I guess I'm free of my fear of the water. Yeah. So thank you, Eleuthera.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Sieska Adderley. Morton Salt Incorporated announced the appointment of Chad E. Walker as Vice President, General Counsel, and Corporate Secretary. He succeeds Mary Doohan, who retired on December 31st, 2014, after a 23-year career with Morton Salt. In this role, Walker serves as Chief Legal Counsel, responsible for leading Morton Salt's legal function across all businesses and operations in the U.S., Canada, and the Bahamas. He reports to Chief Executive Officer Christian Herman and is a member of the company's executive leadership team. In other business news, Bahamians will be offered the chance to learn watchmaking skills at the highest level later this year with the launch of a Rolex Technical Institute in Nassau. Beginning this September, Rolex and John Bull will join forces to open an institute, in addition to launching the first Rolex technician training session. The first Bahamian candidate, Mauricio Cash, will work under the tutelage of a Swiss trainer. Upon completion of the year-long course, the technicians must be able to service a Rolex watch in conformity with the strict criteria uniformly required of its certified personnel throughout the world. And in international news, Japanese car giants Toyota and Nissan are recalling a total of 6.5 million cars globally to replace potentially faulty airbag inflators made by Takata. Toyota said it was recalling just under 5 million cars, including the Corolla, Vitz, and the other models made between March 2003 and November 2007. Both car makers said the recall was for investigative purposes and no accidents or injuries have been reported. This has been your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm C.S. Scatterly.
When you drive into our forecourts, it's the same. And the way the attendant fills up your tank, that's still the same too. And that's where the similarity ends. because we have invested our passion for innovation and technical expertise to make new shell unleaded even more efficient. So when you fill up next time, you can go even further without spending more.
There will be new changes at the U.S. Embassy here in Nassau that's expected to impact customers seeking service. The changes, which comes into effect this Friday, will affect persons seeking, among other services, visa applications. Vice Consul at the U.S. Embassy says as of Friday, all electronic items will be prohibited inside the embassy. That means no longer will cell phones, car alarm remotes, tablets, MP3 players, notebook computers, headsets, and any device with a power plug or battery be allowed.
If they come without those items here, they don't have to check them in, they don't have to register them, nothing like that. It will make the process shorter for everyone, and we're hoping, especially during the summer rush period, we experience a large increase in number of, especially of visa applicants, with people looking to go away on cruises, looking to go study in the United States, and other just visit the United States during their summer holidays. We do normally see a large increase in visa applicants. We're hoping that at least this change will allow us to process these applicants more quickly and hopefully make it a smoother experience for everyone.
By streamlining the process, the embassy is looking to be more efficient and effective in delivering service.
Unfortunately, if they come to their appointment with that item, they're not going to be able to enter the embassy. We will have to turn them away and ask them to reschedule their appointment and come back another day. If they're able to leave that item with a friend or with a coworker or somewhere nearby, they'll be more than welcome to come back and come back at their scheduled time for the appointment. But if they're unable to do something else with that item, we will ask them to reschedule their appointment.
In news from the courts, former death row inmate Basil Gordon lost his bid today to have his murder trial thrown out after the court dismissed his constitutional application. Gordon's trial was set to start today. However, Justice Stephen Isaacs adjourned it to Monday because of a shortage of jurors. Nevertheless, Gordon launched a constitutional motion claiming that his rights had been breached and there was unreasonable delay in his trial. He's accused of killing 2 people and 1 count of housebreaking back in 2002. During today's proceedings, the court ruled that although the delay in the case was unjustifiable, there was nothing sufficiently exceptional to stay the case.
This Saturday, Red Bay's Andros will be focused on one thing: snappers, snappers, and more snappers. The Red Bay Snapper Tournament is just 2 days away. So far, 30 teams of up to 4 fishermen are ready to drop their lines, reel in snappers, and bragging rights. Keisha Adderley has this preview.
In Andros, fishing is serious business, and it's not for the faint of heart.
Right in the eye? This is brutal. Woo. There we go. So I have my bait, I have my line, and let's see what happens.
Scores of fishermen have taken the bait and will come Saturday throw out their lines for the Red Bay Snapper Tournament. One of the founders of the popular competition, Frank Hanna, says he'll be looking to sink his competitors with a record-breaking catch, and he's especially going after his favorite opponent.
I have one person I want to be, that Everett Hart.
I always hear this rivalry between you and him. What brought that on?
Well, you know, Everett Hart, a little short little fella, you know. But when I finish with him on Saturday, he's gonna grow another 3 or 4 inches.
The current record stands at 911 snappers. I asked Frank how he thought a novice like me would do in the snapper-rich waters of Central Andros.
Veteran.
Oh, I think you'll do quite well, you know.
How many?
I would put about 300, 400 with you.
Really?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Frank, I gave 100 earlier, but
he tripled that.
Yeah, he probably seen something I didn't.
Well, I learned the ropes from some of Andros' best. After the impromptu lessons with line, bait, gloves and all, it was time to drop my line.
I caught a fish this big!
Whether or not that's true, well, when the tale is told by the fishermen, you know the rest. Keisha Adderley, ZNS Network News.